English podcast
by Speak English with Grace.
Have you ever been in a meeting, or maybe just chatting with friends, when suddenly everyone looks at you and asks, "So, what do you think?" Your heart starts thumping like a drum, your face feels hot, and your brain? It goes completely blank. It's like a computer screen that just froze. You want to say something smart, but you just end up saying, I don't know.
Oh man, Mona, you're describing my entire life. I've spent so many hours wishing I could have a do-over for those cringy moments. It feels like some people are born with the gift of gab, and the rest of us are just stuck.
But here's the catch. That's actually a myth. Being a great communicator isn't a talent you're born with. It's a skill you build with the right reps. Today on the Hop English podcast, we are going to give you the ultimate toolkit to think faster and talk smarter.
I love the sound of that. I'm tired of being a deer in headlights. What's the plan for today?
We're going to master spontaneous speaking, the unplanned stuff like Q&As, small talk, and giving feedback. We'll cover how to tame your anxiety beast, why you should actually aim to be dull, and the secret structures that make your words stick in people's minds.
I'm ready. Let's get that quick win you promised.
Perfect. Let's start with a quick win hack for that physical panic. Stephen, when you get nervous, what happens to your body?
I sweat. A lot. And I'm pretty sure my face turns the color of a ripe tomato.
That is actually your core body temperature rising because your blood is pumping faster, just like you're exercising. Here is the hack. If you feel that heat coming on, just hold something cold in your hands, like a cold bottle of water or a glass of ice. Your palms are like thermostats for your whole body. Cooling them down literally tells your brain to chill out.
Wait, really? Just holding a cold drink can stop me from blushing?
It really works. It's a behavioral hack. Audience, let's try a simple mantra while we imagine holding that cold water. Say it with us. I have value to bring.
I have value to bring. Okay. I actually feel a little better already.
That's the spirit. Now, let's dive into the core lesson. To talk smart, we first have to understand the anxiety beast. Most of us feel nervous because we have the ABCs of communication anxiety.
The ABCs? Is this where we learn the alphabet of fear?
Absolutely. A is for affective. That's the emotional part, like feeling scared or freaking out. B is for behavioral, the sweating, the shaking, the ums and uhs. And C is for cognitive, the racing thoughts and that inner critic telling you you're going to fail.
I definitely have the full alphabet. But why does our brain do this to us? It feels like sabotage.
It's actually our evolutionary heritage. Back in prehistoric times, your status in the tribe was a matter of life and death. If you said the wrong thing and got kicked out of the tribe, you wouldn't survive for long. So our brains are literally wired to be terrified of being judged.
So my brain thinks a bad Zoom call is as dangerous as a saber-toothed tiger?
Pretty much. But once you label it, this is just my adrenaline helping me focus. You take the power away from the fear. We call this greeting your anxiety. Instead of fighting it, you say, "Hi, anxiety. Thanks for the energy."
Hello, old friend. Okay, so we've cooled down our bodies and greeted our fear. But what about when we actually have to open our mouths? My brain still feels like a messy drawer.
This is where we need a major mindset shift. Most people treat communication like a performance. We feel like we're on a stage and everyone is waiting for us to make a mistake.
Yes, I feel like I have to be perfect, or else people will think I'm incompetent.
But here's the secret. Communication is a conversation, not a performance. Your goal isn't to be perfect, it's to connect. There is no right way to communicate, only better and worse ways.
Connection over perfection. I like that. But I still worry I won't have anything brilliant to say.
That's the problem. You're trying too hard to be brilliant. In the world of improv, they have a famous saying, dare to be dull.
Dare to be dull? Mona, I usually try to avoid being the boring guy.
I know, but when you try to be a cathedral of brilliance, your brain gets overloaded. If you give yourself permission to just be a brick, to say the obvious, simple thing, you free up your cognitive bandwidth.
So if I stop trying to be a genius, I'll actually talk better because my brain isn't frozen by pressure?
Precisely. We call this maximizing mediocrity. By aiming for good enough, you actually achieve greatness because you're relaxed enough to be yourself.
Okay, I'm striving for mediocrity. Ask me a question, Mona.
Not yet. First, we need to talk about the most underrated skill in talking smart. Listening.
Listening? But I want to know how to talk.
You can't talk smart if you haven't listened well. Most of us do pseudo-listening. We listen just enough to get the gist, and then we spend the rest of the time rehearsing our answer in our heads.
Guilty. I'm always thinking about my next play while the other person is still talking.
To fix this, remember, don't just do something, stand there. Slow down. Use pace, space, and grace. 1. Pace. Slow down your internal clock. 2. Space. Find the mental space to really hear what's being said. And 3. Grace. Give yourself the grace to listen to your intuition.
Space, pace, and grace. That sounds like a spa day for my ears.
It is. And if you really want to show you're listening, use the power of the paraphrase. Before you answer a question, repeat back the bottom line of what they say.
Like, so what I hear you asking is how we can save money on the new project?
Exactly. It does 2 things. It makes the other person feel heard, and it buys you 5 precious seconds to think.
5 seconds is like an eternity when you're panicking. I love it. Okay, Mona, I'm calm, I'm dull, and I'm listening. But how do I organize my thoughts so I don't ramble?
This is where we use structure. Our brains hate bullet points. We love stories. Structure is like a roadmap for your brain. If you have a map, you don't have to worry about how to say it. You just follow the path.
Give me a map, Mona. I'm lost in the woods.
The most versatile map in the world is what, so what, now what. What? This is your idea, product, or the point you're making. So what? Why is this important to the audience? Why should they care? Now what? What is the next step or the action item?
Let me try. Suppose I'm telling you about this new app I found for learning English. What? I found an app that uses AI to practice speaking 24/7. So what? This is great because now we don't have to feel embarrassed talking to a real person while we're still beginners. Now what? Everyone should download the free trial tonight and try one conversation.
Stephen, that was fantastic. You didn't build the clock. You just told me the time.
Don't build the clock. That's going on a sticky note on my monitor.
It should. Many of us are clock builders because we think we have to explain everything about how we got to our answer. But usually, people just want the bottom line.
Okay, what, so what, now what is great for general speaking. But what about Q&A sessions? Those feel like a game of dodgeball where people are trying to hit me with gotcha questions.
That's a common fear. But instead of dodgeball, think of Q&A as a dialogue or a gift. Use the ADD method. 1. A. Answer. Give a concise answer to the question. 2. D. Detail. Provide a specific example or a detail. 3. D. Describe. Describe the value or relevance of your answer to the person who asked.
Answer, detail, describe. Got it. What if I have to give someone bad news or feedback? That's the F word I really hate.
Giving feedback is tough, but you can use the 4 I's to keep it professional and clear. 1. Information. State the objective facts. 2. Impact. How did this affect the team or the project? 3. Invitation. Ask for their input. How do you see it? 4. Implication. What are the consequences if this doesn't change?
That sounds very corporate. Is there a more Hop English friendly version?
Of course. Try I like, I need. I like how hard you worked on this. I like your creativity. I need you to focus more on the deadlines next time.
Oh, I love that. It starts with the good stuff so the person doesn't get defensive.
Absolutely. And if you're at a wedding or an office party and someone says, hey, give us a toast, use the what structure. W, why are we here? H, how are you connected to the person or event? A, anecdote. Tell a brief, funny, or sweet story. T, toast. Give the final salute or tribute.
Mona, you're giving me so many tools. I feel like a Swiss Army knife. But how do I make sure I don't forget all this when the panic starts?
You need an AMP, an anxiety management plan. This is a personalized recipe of 3 to 5 techniques that work for you.
My AMP? Okay, let's see. If I'm about to speak, I will hold my cold water bottle, take a double inhale breath. Inhale, sneak in a little more air, and then a long exhale. Say my mantra. I have value to bring. Use the what, so what, now what structure.
That is a solid AMP. I also recommend a mental palate cleanser right before you start, like a tongue twister. It forces your brain to be in the now so you stop worrying about the future.
Like, I slit a sheet I slit, and on that slitted sheet I sit?
Exactly. Just don't say it too loudly in the office.
No promises. This is so helpful, Mona. I feel like I finally have a roadmap to stop rambling and start connecting.
You really do. Remember, everyone, communication is about cracking the door open so people want to hear more. It's not about being the loudest or the smartest person in the room. It's about being the most helpful brick in the cathedral.
I'm going to go practice being a very helpful brick right now.
Good. Let's do a quick retention check. If you're giving a status update at work, what structure should you use? If you said, what, so what, now what, you nailed it.
And if your heart is racing and you're starting to blush, what do? Grab a cold drink and take a deep double inhale breath.
You guys are amazing. We are so proud of you for taking this step to find your voice. Spontaneous speaking is a skill, and you just got your first big rep in today.
I feel motivated. Mona, I'm actually looking forward to someone asking me a question tomorrow.
That's the ultimate goal. And speaking of questions, you won't believe how these same structures can actually help you win any argument without ever raising your voice.
Wait, really? We can use this for conflict too?
Oh, absolutely. In fact, using the word we instead of you is a total game changer for de-escalating a fight. But we'll save that deep dive into the power of we for our next session on navigating difficult conversations.
I'm definitely tuning in for that. See you all soon.
Keep talking, keep connecting, and remember, dare to be dull.